So I think it's fair to say I've got a problem with anvils. I just love them. This is the most recent acquisition. I bought this from my friend Andy Donor. Andy's an artist blacksmith in the community, just moved out here from the East Coast 2 or 3 years ago, and he's just a real asset, nice to have around here, because he is really an artist blacksmith. And where Andy is really strong is he's got a great art sense and he can really forge. I don't care if it's by hand or with a power hammer, the young guy can really forge. He knows the moves. So anvils are not his thing. Power hammers are his thing. And he's got 2 or 3 really neat ones in his shop. And so I was able to come to terms with him on this little beauty.
I hardly see it, but they stamped it upside down. Kind of cool. You should buy that one, Scott.
I should actually.
You need that for your collection.
It'd be nice to have a hay button in the shop. There's a couple of things that make this really appealing to me. They got the die upside down. That gives me hope, because I make mistakes sometimes with my dies and my tools when the iron's hot. That's neat. The other thing, which I don't know if you can even see yet, but you'll be able to in a minute, is that this little guy looks like and reminds me of my big anvil more than any other anvil, including any other hay button anvil that I've ever seen. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Can you see how similar the profiles are? You see how that sweep and that sweep are so similar? Can you see how the bottom of the horn comes out with a horizontal? I mean, it's flat right there in both cases. And how there's a nice little preponderance of weight in the bottom of those horns. Can you see how the proportions, kind of short and stubby and I mean, these are brothers. And so I have to think, based on the fact that the other hay buttons I have in the shop don't have this same sort of aesthetic, that these must have been made by the same crew. They're the same generation. I mean, the other hay buttons that I have hardened plates. One of them does, the other doesn't. But this came out of the shop at about the same time, according to the serial numbers. And I choose to believe that it was the same guy calling the shots on the dies and the shapes and the timing and it's just neat. They belong together. And as it turns out, they are. Yeah. So we're going to get the camera. We're taking Nick to